Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter by showing you how you can trade in your old iPad for a new iPad using Apple's trade-in program. So I want to walk you through the steps, what that process is like, how much you can expect to get back, and answer a few of your commonly asked questions. All right, so let's start out with some basics. First of all, you've got an iPad, an older iPad, or an iPad that you want to upgrade or change. You, being the frugal and savvy consumer you are, want to get a little bit of money back for your old iPad to cut back on the pain cost of a shiny new one. Apple, of course, realized this and have set up a trade-in program right on their site, right in checkout, so that it makes it really easy for you to trade in your old iPad and also encourage you a little bit to get a new one. So to kick this whole process off, the first thing you want to do is log into your Apple account on their website and then start shopping around for the new iPad that you want. Find it and configure it to the particular specs that you prefer, like the model, the color, the storage, everything. And once you've done all of this fun stuff, you'll notice this, an add trade-in link, which is right here on the purchase page. And right next to it, you'll conveniently see this potential maximum you can get back for your old iPad, but it's probably not what you're going to be getting back. That theoretical maximum that you're shown is based on the newest, most expensive iPad with the best specs, and it's assuming that if you were to trade one of those in, that's the top price that you would get back with the trade-in program. That might be you, in which case it probably doesn't make sense to do a trade-in. See, used electronics are like used cars. They depreciate the most when they're newest and then slower and slower over time. In any case, it's free to check and see how much Apple is offering you for your old iPad, and they don't just take old iPads back, but they take tablets from other manufacturers as well. Back to that link that says Get Started, click on it, and then enter the serial number of your old iPad or other details if it's a non-Apple tablet, answer a few questions about the condition of your iPad, and you'll be presented with a quote. And let's say your friend decides to fudge the truth about the condition of your iPad to get a higher trade-in value. Well, unfortunately, the value that you're shown, like in this case, $335, is just an estimate. You don't actually get that money back, and there's no guarantee of that until Apple actually gets your old iPad and they get to inspect it themselves. So it's best to be honest with those questions up front. And that's an important thing to note if you're budgeting your new iPad based on the trade-in value. That trade-in value is just an estimate and there are no guarantees. First of all, you'll be paying the full price on the new iPad no matter what. The trade-in discount is applied later. Although you will see the trade-in value when you're on the checkout page, there are a few steps in between. You'll order your new iPad, pay for it, and then once it ships out to you, Apple will then at the same time send you a notification email that another package is being shipped out to you as well. This second shipment is the trade-in box you'll pack your old iPad in to send it back to a third party Apple contracts their trade-in inspections to. And this means a few things. So let's say that the iPad that you want to get is on back order or there are delays in shipping it, then you don't have to worry because you still get to use your old iPad because the 2-week countdown timer, you have 2 weeks to return your old iPad for the trade-in. That timer doesn't start until you're actually delivered your new iPad. Once you get your new iPad and the prepaid box to ship it back, you slip it in this little plastic sleeve that comes with it. It's a tight fit, no doubt, but it helps secure the iPad during shipping. Place it back in the box, which it fits perfectly in, and use the seals that it comes with to tape the box back up, and you'll ship it back using the shipping method it was sent to you by. And typically this means if, let's say, UPS sends you the trade-in box, you're going to be sending it back using UPS. The box already for the trade-in is prepaid, and it will definitely say on the front which shipping company is used and which you're going to use to send that box back. So it might be UPS, it might be FedEx, it might be the Postal Service. It really depends. And sometimes the shipping company that delivers your new iPad is different than the company that delivers the trade-in box. So that's something to keep in mind. Just make sure that you're sending it using the right service. So now it's time to ship that old iPad back to a company that's not Apple, but one they contract out to evaluate your old iPad and give you a final quote on it. So you've shipped your old iPad back to that third-party company that Apple uses to do their trade-in inspections, and that company can vary depending on where you are in the world. But when you send it back, once they receive it, they will send you an email, and Apple usually sends you an email as well that says, hey, we've received your trade-in and we're inspecting it. In about 2 to 4 weeks from then, you'll get an email with one of three things. One, we got your old iPad and it looks like you said it looks like, and we didn't find anything else wrong with it, so we're going to give you back what we originally quoted you. Or in the very slim chance, they might give you actually more, but that's pretty rare. Or the third option is they found something wrong or something that didn't align with what you said, or maybe the software was wonky or there was a crack in the screen, something like that, and they ended up lowering what they're offering you. Now, if they're honoring their original quote, so the original estimate that they gave you, the money that you're getting back for the trade-in will go back to the credit card you made the original payment with for the new iPad. If the quote is lower, they'll give you the option to accept that lower estimate or reject it, in which case they'll send your old iPad back to you. And in the slim case you get quoted more, typically what happens is some portion of that trade-in amount gets refunded as an Apple gift card. So let's say you were quoted $335 during the checkout process for your new iPad when you were entering in all that information for your old iPad. So you were quoted $335 there, and then the company gets your old iPad, and then they say, hey, you know what? We're going to give you back $335. Once that happens, in about 10 business days, that money will get refunded back to your credit card, the credit card you used to buy the new iPad. Now, at this point, once they've gotten your old iPad, if the quote is what they quoted you during the original trade-in process, then that's it. You can't get that old iPad back. It's already in the system. Your old iPad is gone, and now you just get to play with your new shiny iPad. Now, if their quote changes and it's lower than that original estimate, they will give you a short reason written by email, usually some pictures accompanying it as well, which show where the damage is that they have found, if it's physical damage, or describe at least why they're lowering your estimate. And at that point, if you reject the updated estimate, they'll send you your old device back free of charge, though obviously you're not going to get back any trade-in money. And that, in a nutshell, is basically the Apple trade-in program. Now, you don't have to trade in your old iPad for a new iPad. You can trade in your old iPad for any Apple product. You can trade it in to get a gift card or store credit, basically, for other stuff on the Apple Store. So let's say you want to trade in your old iPad. You realize maybe you're not using your iPad so much. You've got this old iPad lying around and you want a new MacBook Pro or a MacBook Air or something like that. You can trade in your old iPad and get credit toward your new purchase. And the process from that point is fairly similar. You'll get a kit to send this back. You'll get an estimate. You can accept or reject an estimate if it's updated, so on and so on. One thing Apple won't do, though, is give you cash for your old iPad or old Apple product. This is a trade-in program that always results in a net positive for Apple. You have your old iPad, you send it to them, and you get a new iPad. You have your old iPad, you send it to them, and you get a new MacBook Air. You take your old iPad and anyway, you get it, right? So it's not like they're giving you cash back. This is only credit, basically money that's applied toward any new purchase. Now, if you want cash or money back for your old iPad, you can try selling it on some third-party site like eBay, but that takes a little bit more effort. You've got to post it there, take pictures of it, wait for bids to come in, and so on. It's a little bit more effort, but typically you can get more money back for your old Apple device by selling it directly on a site like that yourself. But it's just not as easy or as convenient as Apple makes their trade-in program. I mean, right there at checkout when you're buying your new iPad, they'll ask you, hey, do you want to trade in your old iPad? Put in the serial number, make, model, answer a few questions, and then you'll get an estimate right there on the spot. They'll also send you out a perfectly sized box with a prepaid shipping label where you can put in your old iPad and send it back. Oh, and Apple will also wait until you get your new iPad before you have to send in your old iPad. And on top of that, usually the estimate or the offer you get for your old iPad is going to be decent. It's going to be a pretty good offer. It's going to be enough of a discount on a new iPad that it might make you think twice before trying to sell it elsewhere. At least that's what Apple is hoping for. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helps answer some of your questions about trading in your old iPad for a new one. But if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week, and I'll see you in the next video.